Hello everyone, welcome back to Spain. Today we're going to be playing another game in La Liga, and it's going to be away from home against the almighty Sevilla, the four-time, I think, Europa League winning Sevilla at this point. It's going to be a tough one, and before we get into that, I should actually stay in the schedule just to show you the last two games that we've played off camera have both resulted in 1-0 wins for Deportivo. The first win of the season against Malaga came thanks to a second half goal from our left back in residence, the magician himself, whose name I cannot remember because my memory is awful. What's your bloody name, mate? It's Rene, of course it's Rene. So he, I don't know why he was that far up the pitch. I suppose attacking fullback's instruction had a lot to do with it, even though I think I turned it off, to be honest with you, at that point. But he just kind of steamed in down the left-hand side. We had an overload thanks to the striker and the right wing forward Malejo really occupying the defenders, and then Berg just passed it off to the left hand side. Rene took the shot, actually smacked it off the crossbar, and just side-footed the rebound into an empty net. Second up was a game against Girona. Girona? I don't know. I'm not Spanish. I can't speak the language. You guys know this by now. And we won that game 1-0 as well, thanks to an 86th minute winner from Longo. Berg was showing heavily out of form, so I thought I would start with another striker, and I did start with another striker, but it wasn't Longo. He actually came on in the second half. We started with Manu Barrero, who has had a bit of a slow start, as would be expected. He's taking his time, really kind of getting into the swing of it and learning how the players around him play. But we have no such problems for Longo, who came on in the second half and scored a lovely little finish in the, I believe it was the 86th minute, as I said, thanks to a through ball from Jonjo Shelvey. Longo took it on his left foot, turned beautifully on the ball, took one look at where the goalkeeper was, and then just played it low and to the left, past the goalkeeper's outstretched right hand, and it was good enough for the win. So we've been very, very good off camera, and unfortunately on camera we've not been so great. Today, as I said, we're playing Sevilla. Let's have a look at the lineup for today's game. We can see Bonaventura is not in the best of form, probably good enough that he could play anyway. But I don't want to risk anything, so I might play Jonjo Shelvey. Not quite as quick, not such a good dribbler, but his passing, defence and strength are better, if not equal, to Bonaventura. We could always bring the Italian off of the bench if we needed to. And after his heroics last time out, I'm going to give Longo another go in the, well, certainly on the bench. I am really anal about where these players are. So there we go. That's going to be the starting lineup today. Rene keeps his place after his goal-scoring exploits. Le Goff is getting games here and there, but he's going to have to wait out his opportunity, because so far Rene has really been doing very well for us indeed. Javi Montero stays as captain at the centre of the defence. Jorge Polido actually had a game last time out in the place of Peru, did pretty well, so he's going to retain his place on the bench. Very happy with the squad. I feel like we've got players that are on the bench that aren't necessarily going to be pushing for a first team place, but if the need arises, they can fall in and do a job for us. And I think that is probably as much as we can hope for at the moment with the money that we have to spend. I'm getting a little bit worried about how much extra wage budget we're going to be able to get between now and the next transfer window. I did mention before that we have, I think, maybe half a dozen players who are in the last year of their contract. Ideally, I would like to sign all of them up to new contracts, but Berg, for example, wants over double what he's currently making. I think he's on £8,000 a week at the moment, and he wants about £22,000 a week in his new contract. I would love to be able to pay him that money, and I've got no problem offering him somewhere around the 20,000 mark, as he intercepts the ball there and is immediately tackled. but it's going to be one of those where we're going to have to try to make the money stretch as Shibazaki tries to win the ball, and does do, into Galoppo, and play it down the right hand side here, see what we can do. Oh, that's a lovely ball through for Berg. Could this be an opening chance for us? Oh, I thought it was in. I thought it was in. Maybe the lob would have been a better choice. Oh, no. And the problem is, he's come out so far there, I should have gone for the lob. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I thought he'd put that one away, but no. So the first chance goes to Deportivo here. Let's see if we can fashion ourselves another one quick on. I'll be honest, I was expecting more from Deportivo. Sorry, not Deportivo, from Sevilla. Oh, Berg! Oh, I thought he could have stolen in there, but Bunu did a very good job of stealing in ahead and just getting his hands on the ball. Peru's going to have to win that header, and does. Javi Montero picks it up and plays it out to Arbia. Gets it back again. Going to play it down the right-hand side here, see what we can do. Oh dear, that's a poor ball from Barbia, or I should say from me, to be honest. Peru does a good job in getting his foot in and arrests the potential development of an attacking move by Sevilla. And here they come again. Goalkeeper's ball all the way. Galoppo. Lovely ball to Shelvey. Out to Rene. He's got options ahead of him. Yeah, just breaks down a little bit in the final third. Well intercepted by Shelvey. Can Malejo get onto it? No, the ball's not quite right. Wasn't really in the right body position to play the ball, but Arbia wins the ball back, and we could have another opportunity here. Berg just can't hold on to it. He's not the strongest of players. And we get away with it. Through ball to Berg. Cuts back inside, knowing he's not going to beat his man from that kind of position. Malejo through. But again, the control not the best. And the defender picks it up and gets rid. Malejo hits it. And the goalkeeper with a superb save. And Depor are all over Sevilla here. This was not the performance I was expecting. Could possibly have brought the ball back and cut it back inside for Berg, but hindsight being 2020. Oh, Galoppo. Berg, it's an easy tap in for the Swede. And Deportivo take the lead thanks to quite the mix-up in the Sevilla defence. But Super Depor will not care one bit. Brilliant tackle high up the pitch by Galoppo. Could have gone for the shot, but he saw Berg in space. And he fed the big man. And as I said, an easy finish for the Swede, who played it back into the path of the goalkeeper. But better that than putting it wide. You can sometimes be a little bit too clever with your finishing. Sometimes it's better just to get it on target. And with the goalkeeper being so far behind the ball, it's always going to be difficult for him. That's good play between Shibazaki and Victor Malejo. Plays the ball over the top. Berg will look to head this on. Oh, Momo couldn't quite get to it. It sat up beautifully if he could have got himself into the position for it. But unfortunately, it just fell slightly off for him. Oh, Malejo wins the ball again. Through to Momo. Can't get to it ahead of the defender. And Sevilla now looking to play a deep defensive line. I think we've got them a little bit concerned. Ball knocked forwards. Galoppo underneath it. Can he win the header? He wins the header, but the ball falls to a Sevilla player. That's great from Arbia. And quite fortunately wins a goal kick. Trying to be a little bit cute there, play it back to the teammate. And it wasn't necessarily the best of ideas, but we did get away with it. So there we are, Arbia down the right-hand side. There's a lot of play going down the flanks here. Shibazaki will just about get onto this. But he loses out. Can he win the ball back? No, he can't. Oof. That's brilliant defending by Javi Montero. Oh, what a cheeky little pass. Rene just bringing the ball forward. Not looking to do anything overly adventurous. Berg gets onto it despite the touch. Momo over the top. Tries to keep it in but can't quite manage it. The first touch really let him down there. It's a shame because it was a lovely move and potentially a chance for a second goal. And there's the end of the first half. Deportivo taking a 1-0 lead into the half-time break. And it has to be said, they thoroughly deserve it on the balance of play in this first half. Sevilla just haven't looked like the kind of team that you would expect given their European pedigree. But perhaps the difference between European and domestic competition for Sevilla is a little bit more difficult to surpass. There's the stats for half-time. No shots for Sevilla so far, but I know better than to expect that that will remain the same. We're going to have to maintain this level of play in the second half if we want to make sure that we get away with a clean sheet. And of course, if we do manage the clean sheet, it will also equal a victory for Super Deport. And yes, I am going to start calling us that now, despite the fact that we haven't really earned the title. It's a historical name for the club that came from ignominy to rise to European success in the late 90s, early 2000s. Rene's going to lose out to Perez on that one. Played into the middle. Kalinski into Brian Gill. Well won there, but a mix-up between the Depor players means that they don't end... Oh dear. That they don't end up keeping hold of the ball, and in fact, they end up conceding a corner kick, I think, here. Yeah, it takes a wicked deflection off of Galoppo, I believe, and it's going to be a corner. Shibazaki, the only man on the centre at the penalty spot here. The Depor do eventually get it clear. Malejo back to Arbia, back into Malejo. Oh, and he's lost the ball quite cheaply there. But Galoppo manages to get a foot on it, just hangs a foot out there. It was an adventurous ball cross field. Didn't work out, unfortunately. Here's Brian Gill. Into Kalinski. They've got men over here. Oh dear. Brilliant save. Not a great clearance though. Quite lucky to win that throw-in. Shelby gets it out to Rene, plays it up to Momo. Ay. Oh my god, Galoppo, as good as he has been, that was poor. Rene might win this ball. Can't quite manage it. But he does manage to put the crosser off enough, and the ball ends up going harmlessly over the top for a goal kick. Might look to make some changes here now. Given the fact that we do have the lead, I think someone a little bit more defensively sound would be a good idea. So Le Goff is coming on for Rene. Not really too much in the way of speed difference between the players, so that's good. And is there anything else that we can change up here? I'm kind of tempted, honestly, given... yeah, why not? Given his performance, his heroic performance for me last time out, we're going to give Longo another game, despite the fact that he really is third choice striker at the moment. And until Barreiro develops an understanding with his teammates, probably it's going to be the case that Longo is going to get a lot more game time. Oh dear, Javi Montero. You got away with that one. I thought it was a goal kick myself, but apparently not. Corner taken is Ashley Young. Shibazaki will get there first. And Malejo rescues things somewhat. Moved out to the left-hand side with Le Goff, who comes barrading? He comes rampaging forwards, plays the ball into Momo. Back to Le Goff. Can he find a cross? No, he can't. Marauding, that's the word I was looking for, by the way. Just if anyone's keeping score there. Here's Peru. Oh no. Thankfully, the ball played harmlessly into Arbia. Shelby. The run of Momo. Le Goff very high up the pitch here. Malejo. 2-0. A simple through ball to the star man. And he gets his first of the season. And quite possibly his first La Liga goal ever. And this has been a very pleasing performance by Deportivo to come to a team with the quality and pedigree of Sevilla, and to put them to the sword like this is quite something. And funnily enough, Longo was involved in the build-up. So perhaps that substitution was not just sentimental. Perhaps it was actually tactically sound. Who would have thought it? Now, before anything else happens, I'm going to take the attacking fullbacks off. No need to risk exposing our flanks anymore. And Malejo's going to help out his fullback here, but can't do anything about it. Arbia. Here's Malejo. Inside to Shibazaki, who plays it into Longo. Back to Malejo on the wing. Plenty of space here. Hopefully he can find a cross of some quality. No, he can't. Never mind. And now it's Sevilla's turn to go up the other end of the pitch. Peru well out of position. And Arbia looking very tired. That's a good tackle. That's a very, very good tackle. Have a look at my right back here, because I think perhaps I'm going to have to make a substitution. Yeah, Arbia is really struggling at right back. Haven't really got too many options here. Now what we could do is we could put Pulido out here, then move him inside for Javi Montero, and Le Goff and Montero could change sides. It probably makes most sense. Le Goff can play right back, as we've already spoken about. That's going to have to do. And let's just pump one long up the pitch. and hopefully Longo can win it and knock it down for Shibazaki. Not quite, but he tried. He was very nearly there. We don't play the long ball over the top normally from the goal kick, and I think sometimes it leaves our opponents a little bit surprised when we do. Sevilla have 2 minutes to turn things around here. If they score one, I don't think they'll be able to score a second. Ashley Young into De Jong. Wakaso. It's good crowding by the Deportivo defenders. They didn't necessarily defend with quality, but they did defend with quantity. Knocked over the top for Vincent Le Goff, who is now playing on this right-hand side. And that's it, the full-time whistle goes, and we have our first on-camera win of the season. Sevilla 0, Deportivo 2, a brilliant result here. Sevilla players trudging off looking utterly dejected. I don't think they expected a performance of this quality from their opposition. We'll have a look at the stats. And it was definitely a massive improvement from Sevilla in the second half. They went from no shots at all to 5, which actually ended up dwarfing the number of shots that Deportivo brought to the table. However, they both had the same number on target, and it was Deportivo who were the more economical with their finishing. And that leads us to the end result of Sevilla 0, Deportivo 2. A good result, very happy with it. Victor Malejo getting the man of the match performance, but really sevens across the front line. And Longo, despite the fact that I thought he played very well, only getting a 5.5. I'll be having words with the judges after this match, don't worry about that. So there we go. Where does that leave us in the league? I fancy it leaves us quite high up. Real Madrid are having an absolutely torrid time this season. They lost a game last time out, and they've lost another one this time out against Espanyol of all teams. And it was a 4-1 defeat as well. Good Lord Almighty. Let's have a look at how Barcelona did. And they lost 4-2 to Atletico Madrid. So Atletico looking to set the early pace. Let's have a look how the league is sitting at the moment, and it's a very unlikely top 3 in the La Liga Santander, with Real Sociedad, Espanyol and Leganes all sharing top spot on 10 points apiece. Goal difference, the only thing to separate the 3 unlikely league leaders. Atletico Madrid and Barcelona are 4th and 5th on 9 points, and Deportivo, unbelievably, are equal on points with those 2 historic clubs. So, actually, let's have a look. We're at Real Madrid. Oh my God, they have 3 points from 4 games. What is going on in Madrid? Till next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.